I'm watching.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to just say good morning all over again. I already said good morning about 20 times if you missed it. Good morning again. Hopefully we are live. Oh, yay! We did it. We did it.
Did
Woohoo!
we?
We did it. Okay, so my software apparently wanted its fill of coffee this morning and refused to start until I let it finish its latte. So here we go. Welcome everyone to Morning Marketing with Colleen. I think I forgot the new name of my show.
Do you know the name of your new show?
I had to think about that for a second because I haven't finished my cup of coffee yet, but I hope everyone is fabulous and having a fabulous day today. And my guest with me today is super fabulous, Sonia Nix from Better Than Before. Yay!
Hi.
Sonia,
Good morning, everyone.
introduce yourself. Say hello. Say hello.
Okay. For those of you who don't know me, I am Sonia Nix. I own Better Than Before Consignments, and we have two stores in Alabama, one in Decatur and one in Coleman. We do carry men's, women's, and children's. And in our Decatur location, we also have a home decor section as well. We do have an online presence. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and we do have a website, btbconsignments.com. And I think today Colleen has us talking about Insta stories.
Today we're talking about Insta stories. Yes, and today we have so many fabulous people watching with us. We have Melissa and Vina and Pamela. Pamela says we both look beautiful. Oh, thank you,
Thanks,
Pamela.
Pam.
Pamela, you just went to the top of the list.
You're our new best friend.
You are, yeah. And Melissa is giving us a kudos for your red lipstick. And what lipstick is that, Sonia?
I don't have a clue. It was in the drawer.
I thought it was that special MAC color that Melissa.
No,
Melissa
it was in the drawer.
Melissa's now working for MAC Cosmetics, hawking red lipstick on the side.
No, it was in the bottom of the makeup drawer.
The secret stash. Okay, all right, everyone. So we are going to continue on our journey and our series about Instagram. And Dana, Russian red. Yes, thank you, Dana, Russian red. So this is not Russian red. This is bottom of the
drawer red.
Hi, Ellen. All right, so Instagram. In Instagram, you have static images that are in the Instagram feed. And then you have stories, and stories are videos, or stories are images that are all strung together to make a video of their own within Instagram. So stories and the regular Instagram feed are actually two different feeds. In the app, when you're on the app, which most of us use, the app, there's a circle that is around the profile picture, and it shows you the latest Instagram story for that profile pic. So when you're in the app itself, when you're doing a story in the Instagram app, there's all kinds of like fun little stickers and little highlights and bells and whistles and things that you can add to your Instagram story. Or you can have totally separate apps that you use to create an Instagram story. And sometimes when you use the other apps, like the third, they're called a third-party app, you can even do things that are even a little more fun, glamorous, eye-catching, popping, polished. So we are going to talk about Instagram stories today, and tons of people will say, good morning, Shelly. Yes, red lipstick is hot. Yes, it is. I know Sonia's looking hot today. And Ellen, thanks for stopping by. Watch later. Good morning, Phyllis. Good morning, Kimberly. Okay, super awesome. Here we go. We're going to do a share screen, and we are going to actually have a look at Better Than Before's Instagram feed.
Okay.
So these are the static photos, which everyone is familiar with. And there's so much we can talk about on Instagram, but we're gonna stay focused today on the stories. So go ahead and talk to us. Talk us through your stories.
Okay. What you're going to see is a pretty wide variety of different styles of stories. If you're watching that feed right there, you're seeing what's been posted over the last 24 hours. And as you can tell, each picture or each post has a little bit different flavor to it because we have different people posting. This is the beauty of stories. You can get different personalities involved, and you can get different perspectives involved. And
it's your birthday.
There's our birthday club. You can do still shots, you can do videos, you can do boomerangs, you can do just about anything.
Hold on. Oh, bummer. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so this is a great opportunity I want to inject in here now that I shut off. Ah, bugger. Okay, so what I wanted to say is like that right there, what Sonia was doing was a really cool use of stories. Sonia has a birthday program. She sends out postcards to all of her customers in their birthday month. And then they can come in, they can either shop online, and there's a little code to shop online, or they come into the store and they can roll the birthday dice. And so she has these birthday dice, and it's really fun, and this is a great use of stories, and now I messed it up, but there you go.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm going to flip through these because we saw all these.
So I'm going to, there's our birthday club. They're sending out the cards. There's a lady that came in. Do you see the follow the flow? They were sending out the cards. Now the next post is her actually turning her card in and rolling the dice to get her prize. So there's a flow. There was a flow for that particular.
Off the $75 purchase. Very good. What you gonna choose?
Yes. I was excited. So, and then there is an example of a third-party app that we used to create some posts that look a little more polished. And you can use those to actually advertise items that you have in your store or events. If you go back, Colleen, go back to that one right there. See, we have a boutique buyout coming in this week, so we used that post to advertise that one right there. And then the next one is just a top, and then there's that old saying, I knew I should have bought it when I saw it. And then if you notice that particular post right there is an app that allows you to have motion with your Insta stories, which is I thought was kind of cool. So the words appear in sections because we all know that the eye likes motion. It draws attention. It gets people looking. And that one there gives you the option of having kind of like a slideshow within a slideshow. There's another one that kind of frames the photo, and you can still put text on top of it. The app that we used for a lot of these posts is called Story Art, if anybody's interested. That post there is just a video that I took in the store of a kid's consignment batch that came in. We didn't use any app for that. We just used a video, put some stickers on top of it, and it tells the story itself. We got a lot of cute little tiny diva clothes. There's really not that much explanation needed for that. And there we had a huge shipping day, so we put a little mail truck on it. This is another example of the Story Art app with the 3 pictures. So you can show more than one product at a time. That is the same app. You can also lay the Insta Story stickers and verbiage on top of the Story Art picture itself. So you're not limited to just the app. There again is the motion. If you see the pictures kind of coming toward you. And here's kind of like a little slideshow within a slideshow showing different options of the same product. and the text moves. Same there. We're advertising our personal shopping service, giving an example of different options that we have. And then some wise woman told me once that all my posts should reveal a little bit of everything that we cover. So if you noticed at the beginning of our Insta stories, there were some men's shirts. Got lots of ladies things, but we've also got some kids things because we carry all of that. So we want it all represented in our Insta stories as well.
Sonia, can you repeat the name of the app that you were using?
Yes, there's two. There's one called Unfold, and then there's another one called Story Art. And I prefer Story Art. It gives you a lot more options. And I'll give you a little clue. Ask your average 11-year-old, and they'll tell you all about it. Because I discovered Story Art from my 11-year-old granddaughter.
Wow. I mean, that is amazing, right?
Yep.
So now here is this amazing app that you're using in your business, and you got it from your 11-year-old. That's
exactly. She
awesome.
showed me how to use it. We've had some fun with it together, actually. And let me tell you a little bit about Story Art. It's kind of overwhelming when you first start trying to navigate it because there are so many. There are thousands of template options to use. And so you just want to play around with them. If you want that little bit more polished look on your Insta stories, like those last few posts that you saw on ours, not every one of our posts are through the Story Art app. Some of them are just, through the Instagram Insta Story app. But if you want that little more polished look or those options of motion and you want to use the Story Art app, you can pay. There's a free version, of course, which doesn't get you much, but it's still great. But if you want to pay for the other options that it has, the hundreds of other options that it has, you can pay $2.99 a month, $2.99 a month for the other options, or you can pay $8.99 for a full year, which is what I did. $8.99 for a full year gets you unlimited use of all their templates, all their options of the motion, the different styles. They have girly style. They have something called ripped, where it looks like the paper's ripped. They have, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, we're little.
Oh, I think I'm hearing myself on that story.
You are. No, I fast forwarded it on the recording. Mm-hmm.
That's okay. So it's a great app. I like it a lot. We don't use it for all of our stories, but we do use it quite a bit.
So you can really see a difference here. You can see back here in the stories that were just done through the regular Instagram app, like fun, cute stickers, definitely still eye-catching. But look at the difference, like if you really want to level up your game.
Exactly.
And this is just so much more upscale. So especially for the higher end brands, what a great opportunity to really get some branding in here. Now, Sonia, can you put your logo in these apps to have your logo show up, or no? Is that not an option?
Absolutely. Well, you can. Well,
Some apps will let you. Some apps have a place where you can auto insert your logo, and some don't. So it's okay.
Actually, I'll have to check into that. I haven't seen that feature on this particular app. But this app, if you notice, a lot of the options, a lot of the templates allow you to have more than one picture on the screen at a time, and you could always use your logo as one of those pictures. But as far as embedding it on top of the actual post, I'm not sure about that in this particular app.
Gotcha.
I haven't gotten that far into it.
So Krista Yates wants to know, do you have picture themes for each day?
No. This is the way we've been approaching Insta stories lately. This is my personal theory. The Instagram feed was all the rage for quite a while, and it still is. How your feed looks when somebody and we heard this at conference. How your feed looks overall. Do the pictures mesh? Do they tell a story? Are they all similar in style? Is very important. Similar even in color scheme. But I feel like we are approaching an era, I guess, or a time where the Insta story is taking over the actual Instagram feed. I feel like people are watching Insta stories and perhaps never even looking at the feed. So recently we have developed a new program where every staff member has to post 1 to 2 Insta stories per day per shift that they work. So that's why you're seeing a little bit different style on our Insta stories from beginning to end, because you have different personalities and different people and different ages posting those stories, which is not necessarily a bad thing because your customers are not all the same age and the same style either. So you're going to have something that appeals to everyone. So do I have a theme per day? No. I have assigned this task to everyone on my staff because I feel like that is really where the eyeballs are, is in Insta stories.
And Sonia, can you reiterate again how many posts per day?
1 to 2 per staff member per day that they work.
How many staff members do you have, and does that include both stores?
It does include both stores. I have 3 to 4 staff members per day per store. So that's 6 to 8 people per day. And then I post myself too. So we try to keep a robust Insta story feed going all the time. So there's always new content for people to be looking at. I'm probably putting more energy into Insta stories right now than I am into Instagram posts.
But here's the thing: is that you're obviously seeing really good results with it, and I would say that that's the biggest thing to really be mindful of, is keeping an eye on your insights, which I know you do. You keep an eye on your insights and take a look at because sometimes you have to try new things, and you have
Right.
to experiment and say, are we getting more traction from the Instagram feed, or are we getting more traction from the Instagram stories? Vina wants to know, are you selling on Instagram stories?
Yes. Of course, they private message you. They don't, or they respond to the story. There's a place at the bottom where they can ask a question or respond. And so we do get questions. Is this available? We almost always include the brand, size, and price with something that we post, but not always. And if we don't, we'll get questions about what size is this, how much is this, and yes, we do sell off of it. But even more important than selling off of it, I think, is that you are constantly in their face. Because those circles, I don't know, some people may be real savvy with Insta stories and some people watching may not. I don't know. We're all at a different level when it comes to any kind of social media. But those little circles across the top of their Instagram app, when they've got it pulled up on their phone, that is in their face. Your name is constantly in their face. And as long as you're posting new content, you're shoved up to the front of that line for them to click that button and watch what you have to say. So it's easy access to their eyes.
think the key there is by posting so frequently, you're shoved up to the top of the line again because you have another
Exactly.
story post. And
Exactly. So that's why I have my staff do it. Because yes, I can sit down every night at bedtime and post 2 or 3 things, but that's just every night at bedtime. What about in the morning and at lunch and at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? And if you've got your staff doing some posting too, then it trickles through the day. You have something new trickling through the day all day long. Does that make sense?
that's brilliant. And I think that's really, really important. So do you give your staff like different times for posting,
No.
or do they all just kind of go on when they have a moment?
Yes. And the reality is that that's probably going to naturally stagger itself throughout the day. I mean, some people do it first thing in the morning when they get to work. Other people do it on their lunch break or when they come back from lunch, and some people do it right before they leave for the day to go home. It naturally staggers itself. When they have some downtime at the store.
Krista is super psyched to post all day today. So awesome, Krista. That's super cool.
If you have a creative bone in your body, you'll find it very satisfying. It's fun. It is actually fun.
So the one thing I want to touch on that's really important is that there are a lot of people giving a lot of advice about social media platforms, because you have your experts for each platform, and some of these people, they're pro Instagrammers or they're pro bloggers who use their Instagram as part of their feed. And so for them, the whole make it all look matchy and branded and pretty, like that's really important. And you might decide for your brand that that's really important. You might decide that having your staff do all the posting and having all of these different looks and feels of Instagram stories and even your Instagram feed, like you might decide that that's not important to you, or that's not for your client. Like you want to keep a more branded look. So the important thing is to really, really play around with it. And while you're playing around with it, and you have to do this in chunks of time, like a month or 2 months at a time, but pay attention to your insights on your Instagram account, because that is really what's going to tell you truly what's working. Like first of all, you're going to see, like, is posting more stories, is that working for you? And are people commenting, are you increasing your sales? Is posting more of the regular feed, more important for you?
Right. There's one more thing that some of your viewers may not recognize or be aware of, but those little icons across the top of our Instagram feed that say shoes, new outfits, purses, decor, those are actually saved Insta stories. They're called highlights. So go across to, let's see, can you go back?
Yeah.
Do you see the one that says love notes? So before you click on that, I want to go ahead. Those are where we made Insta stories out of praises or positive reviews or positive comments or little, what I call love notes, that people sent us telling us how fabulous our stuff was or how fabulous we were. We made an Insta story out of it, and then we saved it to that particular highlight, which we deemed love notes. This is a great way to make yourself look good. And your viewers on Instagram can go and watch your customers giving you praise because you've made it a permanent part of your Instagram story board by putting it in a highlight. Does that make sense?
That's a great explanation of that, and I'm really glad that you brought up highlights. Do you want to tell everyone how to save a story to highlights? Like, how did you create the highlights on the bottom?
Yes, go back to the main Instagram page. If you want to go to, let Let me get on mine. So it's not there on your screen, but to the left of that shoe icon on my phone, it must be only on a, maybe it's only on a phone because Instagram
It probably is.
Instagram is a phone app. So
I probably asked you a question that we can't demonstrate on screen.
well, I can demonstrate it, but right here to the left of the shoe icon is a little circle that with a plus sign in the middle, and underneath it it says new. Maybe your viewers can see that.
They can totally see that. Good job.
So you can click on that, and it will ask you to pick up. It will give you a feed. I just did it. It will give you a feed of all your recent Insta stories. Okay? And so you can pick one. Let's just say you want to do a kid's. So I'm going to click on this kid's picture. And then I'm going to say next. And it's going to ask me to name it. And so I'll type in a name. And then I click add. And boom, I've created a highlight. So we chose to have highlights for purses, bestsellers, purses, shoes, outfit put togethers, kids, home decor, and then we have the love notes, which we call mentions. We have one for faith, which just has little inspirational posts that have absolutely nothing to do with selling something, okay? Has nothing to do with selling something. It is just to be encouraging to our customers.
And this socks is actually an Insta story that you did for what?
We did a fundraiser for Kurt's Closet, and we sold socks, and for every pair of socks that they bought, we donated a pair of socks to Kurt's Closet. And that was a little promotional Insta story that we did for that.
Krista Yates is saying, oh, dang, that's a great idea. Do you mind if I borrow that?
Of course not.
Awesome. Okay, does anyone else have any questions for Sonia? Any questions about Insta stories? We're just going to keep it to Insta stories today because we're going to talk about another point of Instagram next week. So does anyone have a question about Insta stories that you want to ask? Awesome. Sonia, that was super amazing. Thank you so much. I know you did put some extra time and effort in there to get a bunch of stories up for us to watch today and look at, and they are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you can think of or you want to add in about Insta?
No, but thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you. Well, thanks for coming, and we enjoyed having you. Like, that was an amazing tutorial about Insta stories.
Well, thank you. Tell any of your viewers who want to contact me or ask any questions, they can private message me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be happy to talk to them and answer any questions they have. But I don't consider myself an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I've just been playing around with Insta stories lately, so.
But that's really all it is. I mean, it's just a matter of playing around with it, excuse me, and finding what works for you and implementing it. You know, like picking a thing and implementing it and adding it to what you're already doing. So thank you so much, Sonia. And I know you and I have a webinar together in about 10 minutes. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you have any other questions, definitely, write your questions here, because if you have questions, chances are other people have the same questions. So
yeah, we can go answer them later.
We can answer them later, yep. So everyone have a beautiful day. Go and fabulous.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Go sell lots and lots of stuff and make $1 million.
Today, yes, $1 million.
Yes, just today.
Just today.